Nottingham Trent University, working with you. Proud sponsors of Working Week.
On Working Week this week.
Yes, we're at the Mencap Centre in Nottingham. We're here to find out what goes on and can tell you this, Rob, it's an awful lot.
Certainly is.
We've got people doing proper jobs in there with a learning disability that's it's making a difference to their lives.
What are people buying today then?
They buying a jumper.
We'll be taking a look at the company, Des, that helps people to find jobs by getting them to do a video CV.
Employers quite like it because it like if they get 100 CVs or something and like 10 of them have videos, it just adds a bit more character to the whole profile of the candidate.
And I'll be getting your thoughts on how the economy is doing.
Sounded very posh.
Oh, that was good,
Economy.
They're not as scared to go shopping anymore, I don't think, whereas before, obviously, like with the recession, like you had to hold on to your money.
We spend a lot of time in the year in Holland, and when we come back in the winter time here, to me, things look worse and worse.
Hello, I'm Rob Pittham.
And I am Des Coleman.
And today we're at the Mencap Centre in Nottingham, and there's more to it, Des, than just this very nice cafe. Actually, like the jacket?
I love the jacket. Where'd you get that from, mate?
I bought this, believe it or not, next door for £4, all part of this place.
It looks like it was fitted for you.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? You'll see this a lot on Working Week in the future.
Are you going to wear it all the time?
Yeah, I reckon so, yeah. It's my new presenting jacket.
Well, I'll tell you what we're missing, Rob. We are missing a cup. Guys, can I be cheeky and ask for a cup of tea?
No, very nice. Yeah,
Thank you.
I knew there was something missing. And while that's coming, I've actually been on a whirlwind tour of this place, and I mean a whirlwind tour with Michael Martin, who's the retail and catering manager. Michael, just tell me what we're looking at then.
Well, basically we're at Nottingham Mencap in the Old Market Square. We have our Rediscover Vintage shop just there and our community cafe, the Tea Trolley, just there.
And it goes up, what, 3 floors?
It does indeed, yes. We've got the whole buildings, and straight through there is Aladdin's Cave.
Thank you. Be careful, the plate is hot. Oh, thank you very much.
These are our trusted volunteers. This is Karen and Caroline.
Hello, Karen. Hello, Caroline. You all right?
Good, thank you.
Would you like to come through to the back?
Come on then, show them through. See you later.
On the way, this is our kitchen, where everything's happening. What are you making today, Steve? You're making crispy cakes?
I'll try them later.
Absolutely.
See you later, Steve.
This is our rather large big cafe at the back.
So this is the second cafe?
Well, it's basically all in one. We've got the kitchen in the middle, so people can actually come back to the back. This is Rediscover Vintage back shop, so this is...
this place is massive.
It absolutely is. It's like a little rabbit warren. You can get lost in this place.
Yeah. So what we got in here then?
This is generally ladies, gents, bric-a-brac, all sorts of stuff that gets donated to the charity. And this is our super duper vintage shop.
This is where I got my jacket, actually.
It is indeed, yes. Don't you look good at it?
Oh, no. Suits me.
This is Anne.
Hello, Anne.
Our trusted volunteers. Basically, the whole organisation runs on volunteers in the 2 retail outlets. But they're a training ground as well, so that people can get the skills to actually go out and get full-time employment.
You've kindly got the door open. It's a freezing day. Are you not cold?
A little bit cold, but we want the customers to come in.
So you put the customers first?
We've got our IT suite upstairs. This is Tony, who runs the
Hi,
the
Tony.
IT
Hello
suite.
there.
This is Dominic. I think you're working on a computer today, aren't you?
We are, yes. We're trying to repair this one.
So what floor are we on now then?
Now we're on the second floor coming up. This is the learning zone.
I'll just let the cameraman.
Sorry.
This is the
learning zone. We teach English and maths to our students. This is Jan, who runs the...
Hi, Jan. How are you? What are you learning today then?
I'm learning about wartime.
Is it interesting?
Yeah.
So what have you learned so far then?
I'm learning about Hitler.
This is a deliberate attempt, isn't it, to make it commercial and to make money as well?
We're certainly in for making money for the charity, so whatever we can do to do that, we do.
And I guess you're also teaching kind of really useful skills to the people that use the charity.
Certainly, yeah. We have a lot of students that come in to learn retail skills and to learn the cafe skills, hospitality, all sorts of things like that. And it really does set them up and give them the confidence to go out into the big bad world and go and get a job.
Anne, wonderful. Thanks, love. You know, Anne's made a brew and she's made it for 2.
Oh, your favourite line. Thank you very much, Anne. That's fantastic. Thanks. I need that after that whirlwind tour. Cheers. Thank you. Thanks, Anne. Well, let's get a bit serious now and take a look at the story of jobs in Nottingham. We've got one firm in the city that's a bit of a glimpse of the future, Des. They get people looking for jobs to do video CVs.
They do, because Georgie Skirful went down and she took a look and had a bit of a chat.
It's a glimpse of job hunting in the future, and it's already happening here in Nottingham.
Hiya, good morning.
Ian Grucock set up My Jobs Place 4 years ago and now has offices in the Broadmarsh Centre. It offers conventional help to people looking for jobs, and there's also a modern twist.
Okay.
The video CV.
Studying at Bilborough College has definitely given me a lot of skills.
We work with young people who are referred from Watercourt Job Centre in Nottingham. We initially talk to them, talk through the barriers they face to work, talk through the kind of work they're looking for, whether it be full-time work, part-time work, apprenticeships. If they want to, then they come and join us on a course. That's either for probably a couple of days or up to a couple of weeks. As part of that course, they do a lot of work around employability skills, not the things you might traditionally get at university or college, but really all about how you work with an employer, what an employer expects.
Whenever you're ready, we'll go, okay?
Hi, my name's James. I've just finished.
We also do a video with them, and the idea of doing a video is that they can showcase their talents to an employer. So sometimes employers can have stereotypes of young people. We want to break those stereotypes, destroy them, and show young people in the best possible light.
Hello, my name's Hamza, and I'm a recent graduate from the University of Nottingham.
Graduate Hamza Zibili has been through the course.
The staff were really helpful, and the video wasn't actually that daunting in the end. And it's helped me get an interview, so it was a good idea, definitely.
And it's not just straightforward interviews. The company can showcase the skills of a job seeker in their own promotional video.
I'm a young chef from Nottingham, and I'm very passionate about food.
Take a look at Jared here. Jared's a graphic designer.
Hi, I'm Jared Lawson,
and
I'm producing this video to help showcase
he needs to demonstrate what he's capable of doing. So he's promoting his skills, the work he's done, where he gets his ideas from, the sort of people he admires. And this is probably more important for somebody like Jared, who's after a creative role. It's very difficult to put what you're capable of delivering in a CV.
Scott, could you just go on to the last course?
Scott Smith found a job through the system. He's now working for Futures Employment as an IT apprentice. His employer was impressed by the video.
I knew there was a job going within the Futures team, so I wanted to cater towards that, so I applied for it, got my video forward, and they got back to me within a week.
Kimberly Barlow is another who's found work after making a video CV.
It was a good experience because it's nice to know that people are there to help. The process was really fast and now I'm back in work, so it's really good.
I think a video CV is really useful because it allows employers to judge skills that you can't really judge from a paper CV, such as things like a good telephone voice or good telephone manner and a smart appearance.
You can see we've loaded your video up.
Okay. Although it began in Nottingham, the company's already spreading, helping people all over the East Midlands to find work, with the potential to change the face of job seeking across the UK.
One way, of course, into a new job is taking temporary work and trying to make it permanent. One of Nottingham's biggest employers has more than 80 vacancies right now, and they could easily turn into full-time jobs. Domestic and General on Talbot Street deals with product warranties for 15 million people.
Our organisation wants to grow and is always looking for those opportunities. And obviously with those opportunities come more employment prospects.
Is it Hot Point or Intercept?
Many of the people working here came along for temporary jobs but ended up staying for good.
I thought I was going to be on for 3 months over the Christmas period. I started in October, and but I was kept on, thankfully.
The company prides itself on recruiting workers of any age and reckons other employers are missing out on the benefits of a mature workforce.
Getting those cross skills of life between the young, the 18 to the over 60s, 80s, whatever age it might be, getting that cross skilling of experience is really important.
That gives you some information about where the model number should be located on that machine.
And the workers too reckon their maturity brings something more to the job.
I like speaking to people, which is what this is about, and it's utilising my bits and pieces from my old life where I'm used to talking to people, so I can talk to everybody, all walks of life. And of course, being an older person, you know, maybe I'm a tiny bit wiser than some other people when I'm talking to the customers.
Domestic and General has a rolling recruitment programme. You can reach them through their website at careers.domesticandgeneral.com. Well, we've already met some of the staff, thanks to this rather lovely cup of tea, Des.
Yeah, but it's about time that you guys met some of the people that work here and some of their customers.
There's a small army of volunteers who make sure everything runs smoothly here, with plenty of work for everyone to do.
I get talking to other people and working on the till, encouragement working on the till, and it's work experience and it makes me more confident.
And the shops and cafes here in the complex are drawing in a regular supply of customers who've begun to make this one of their favourite stop-offs in the city.
This cafe is one of the best cafes in Nottingham because the food is excellent. I can't fault the staff at all.
Which is all good news for the people who work at providing the food.
It's like a family, and Emily's a good cook, and I like all the customers, our regulars, we get on with them.
And Caroline, I've been watching you, you've been working so hard today. Is it busy?
Yes, it's very busy, yes. And I've been here about a year, 3 months.
And what do you like about it then?
I like all the customers, staff, or the volunteers are really nice.
Well, that's it for this half, but when we come back, we'll be... actually, I have no idea what we're doing when we come back. Let's have a look at my list. What is it? What are we doing?
I'll be talking to people about the economy. That's what I'll be doing.
Thank you.
I don't feel if it's improving at all, no. I've started shopping at places like Aldi and Lidl.
And while that was playing, I've actually remembered what I was going to say. We'll be talking to some of the people who make the Mencap Centre in Nottingham tick.
That's going at £3. That's another thing about what we're trying to achieve here, is to keep our costs low.
And when it comes to the economy, we'll be getting the thoughts of that mighty business brain.
Yes, Richard Baker.
Nottingham Trent University, proud sponsors of Working Week. Nottingham Trent University, proud sponsors of Working Week.
Welcome back to Working Week. We're at the Mencap Centre in Nottingham.
Yes, and we'll be meeting the people that make it tick-tock.
We tried to make it somewhere that everybody wants to come in, whether they're a student or an old lady. There's some really good bargains in there.
We'll be seeing the Nottingham IT company that's growing quickly, and Des, it's won 4 awards in just 1 week.
That's brilliant stuff.
We have worked extremely hard, and I'm very proud of everyone. It's a team effort completely. You know, it goes right the way through the company. It's important that that everyone contributes, and now we have been rewarded with their success. It's great.
And we'll be finding out news about the economy with
who?
Richard Baker.
Richard Baker. Say it again, Richard Baker.
Richard Baker. As you can see, we're at the Mencap Centre here in Nottingham. Karen's standing, smiling lovely behind us.
Doing a great job there, Karen.
She's looking after us quite well, actually.
And it's a massive operation, this, and we found out what goes on here. Let's meet some of the people that make it all work. They proudly boast that it's an Aladdin's cave in here, with shops selling books, records, vintage clothing, as well as a busy kitchen. To keep it going is a team of managers and volunteers working flat out and with an eye on the future. What was once a simple charity shop clothing operation, for example, is now a vintage boutique.
This is the latest project at the moment. It's to turn our charity shop into a vintage shop, and it's proven really successful because we've got a lot of the students around in Nottingham. We get lots of really good donations as well, so yeah, it's quite a good demand.
But it's not just this centre. Nottingham Mencap has another site in Sherwood, helping to teach and train more than 120 students in the city.
It's like a day service. We do lots of meaningful activities and education. For example, we've got an arts and crafts group. We link in with the shop and cafe as well, because it's a social enterprise. So we make cards and jewellery, Christmas decorations, whatever.
You've got all the crafts on the walls. Are they by your students?
Pictures, yeah, they're by a student, yeah.
The charity runs respite services too, giving people a break and their helpers as well. Whatever the department though, they're all looking for help from the public.
People can help us by donations. We're always looking for volunteers to come and work for us, and volunteers often then become our support workers. If we weren't supporting carers, they may well get burnout, and then potentially adults and children could end up in full-time care, and we don't want that. We want to prevent that. We want to keep people in the community.
The charity has deliberately decided to use the location of its shops in a busy part of the city centre to open up to the public of Nottingham and draw in the whole community.
Thanks very much.
How tough is it for charities like you to raise cash at the moment?
It's an incredibly difficult climate for us to raise money at the moment. Our traditional funding streams of the councils, local authorities are really diminishing. They're cutting their rates substantially, so we're having to look for new, innovative ways of delivering our services.
It's been a tough few years for everyone in business, but charities like this have been hit harder than most. By opening up shop to everyone in Nottingham, they're hoping to replace some of that lost funding, provide training for the people that use the services here, and offer a place to shop and eat for everyone in Notts.
Thank you.
And for those regular viewers of the show, you realise that we do an awful lot when it comes to IT businesses, and today is no exception.
And the reason we do that, Des, is it's a really fast-growing sector of the Nottingham economy and creating a lot of jobs. This next company is no exception to that, but they're also multi-award winning. They've won 4 awards in a week.
Did you hold 4 fingers up? Because I...
Yeah.
4.
Hello, RIT, Josh speaking.
It's a fast-growing company that's beginning to attract attention. Air IT, based at the Nottingham Business Park near Strelly, now has more than 30 people working for it.
What ticket are you working on?
Just working on a ticket for Connor at Churchill's.
Yeah.
It's been set up by Todd McQuilkin, who found himself out of work and decided to build his own company.
20. You're busy, man. I started the business in 2006. I got made redundant from a medical company called Femcare, and I had to find something to do. And when I was looking to find providers for IT services for Femcare, because they were looking to outsource their IT, I soon realised that there was a gap in the market to offer a solution for companies with one price for all their IT. We were making mistakes in the early days, but people were putting up with those because they were getting value for money. And then we learnt our trade and we became good at it. I'm a firm believer that you've got to enjoy work. You spend most of your time at work, and therefore it's important that you have a good time when you go home. You want to have a good time when you get home as well. So if you're stressed at work and you have a bad time, then you're more likely to go home and have a bad time as well. So for us, it's really important that people come to work and enjoy work.
For the people who work here, it's an attitude that fosters a strong team ethic.
We do lots of sort of social events, whether it's just organising a football match to going out on a Saturday night. There's lots of things that we'd like to do together, and we feel that's been sort of key in the success so far.
It means the company has a high retention rate.
Okay, so if you go to our website again.
Josh Turner came here as an apprentice and now manages the firm's teams out working with clients.
I started just over 3 years ago now. It was a fast-track apprenticeship course for a year. It took a little longer than that. It took a little bit of time, but yeah, got a 3-year apprenticeship, got the exams done, qualified, and I'm still here, still working away.
The company's riding high at the moment, having won no less than 4 awards in a week.
We've been trying for a few years now. We jumped the final hurdle. We won 2 Chamber Awards. We won Best Use of Technology to Improve Business Performance, and we also won Small Business of the Year, which we're extremely proud of. I've also got to the regional final for the Chamber for Entrepreneur of the Year for the East Midlands. And finally, we picked up GFI, which is monitoring software we use on all our clients' environments. We've won what the Americans call Rookie of the Year, which is actually the best newcomer, fastest growing reseller as well.
Despite the success, the firm's concentrating on working with local firms.
For us, it's important that the local economy is serviced. There's plenty of businesses out there that require our services, so therefore we don't need to expand outside Nottinghamshire and Derbyshire. Predominantly these companies that we're dealing with now do have a national and international presence. So although we focus on Nottingham, we're still obviously covering nationally and internationally as well.
And with plans to recruit more staff in the next few months, keeping it local looks to be paying off for this award-winning Nottingham company.
When we started Working Week back in April, we asked how you felt about the economy. Well, it's a few months later, so I want to find out if anything's changed out there. Do you feel as though the general atmosphere, though, when it comes to people shopping, do you think that's generally better? People are putting their hands in their pockets more?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't really notice because I'm quite comfortable within where I sit. So looking and reading through the papers, I would say it's still stagnant and we're still struggling.
You don't think people have more money to spend?
No.
No?
No, definitely not. I think it's about the same.
I think it's getting better. I think it's much better this year than previous years, for sure. I think you can notice it more in like the local shops as well, especially. I think it's not all about saving this year.
Do you think people are spending more, or do you think they're still focusing on saving?
Well, it's getting near Christmas, isn't it? So they'll be spending more.
Have you got a bit more money in your pocket than you had a few months ago?
No, definitely not, no. I haven't had a pay rise for years.
It feels as though it's staying stagnant to me. Yes, I mean, we certainly don't do the shopping that we used to do.
We're just a little bit artful in how we shop so that we can still do nice things.
I love the way you put that. She's a little bit artful in the way she shops. I love that.
Be positive.
Be positive.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. A lady said that she was being a little bit artful in how she shops now. Are you feeling the same way?
Yes, you have to be. Yeah, definitely.
I don't seem to see people smiling as much as they used to. So that must be saying something about money in pocket.
I think it's certainly London, there's no doubt things are picking up, but that distorts the whole economy, doesn't it? You know, but I think outside London, no, I don't think so.
Well, that's the view on the streets. Now let's find out from someone who knows more about Nottingham's economy than anybody else probably on the planet. Richard Baker from the Nottingham Post.
Oh, Richard, we hear a lot of talk about the economy actually doing pretty well at the moment. What's it been like in Nottingham?
I think all the signs are that the Nottingham economy is actually still doing pretty well, that the Chamber of Commerce around here, which is one of the biggest in the country, all its measures are positive on jobs and orders for the future. So businesses are still feeling really positive, but economies move in cycles. We're probably now getting into that period where it looks like things might not grow quite so fast, and elections not so far away. We're still seeing some uncertainties in Europe, and that might make business a bit more tentative about going for growth in the way they did do as soon as we came out of recession.
So what does a growing economy look like, and what kind of things can we see practically here in Nottingham?
Well, this is going to be an interesting period for Nottingham. If we track back to the boom, one of the biggest construction and development booms that we saw in recent history, then not a lot actually happened in Nottingham. All our major regeneration zones stayed pretty quiet, and the key sign for Nottingham that things are moving positively is going to be seeing bricks and mortar coming out of the ground on those regeneration zones, and that's going to tell us whether or not this time round Nottingham's got things right.
You talked about developments. What kind of things are happening now then that we're seeing across Nottingham?
I think that we're going to be looking for some progress on Nottingham's enterprise zone, which is out near the Boot site, and there have been planning applications there to try and put roads in which will make it easier for people to go and build things. We'll be looking for signs of development in places like Waterside, down near the river, where there were some very, very big expensive flats built a few years ago, but not an awful lot else happened. And those are the signs of wealth being created. People wanted to come into the city, so we need to see development taking place at places like that.
I mean, we're stood here in the city centre and we've got redevelopments going on at the Broadmarsh and at the Victoria. Is that a positive sign?
Those are very good signs. Obviously retail's changed, and I think the truth is that we're never going to see the kind of regeneration of Broadmarsh that we might have hoped for a few years ago, because more people are buying things online, and most shop chains now have decided they don't want so much on the high street. They'd rather have it perhaps in a shopping centre. We've got 2 shopping centres. We're seeing progress at the Victoria Centre, where 40 million odd is being invested, and they think of extended, but it really would be nice to see signs of some progress at Broadmarsh, wouldn't it?
Hope you've enjoyed the show. That's it from the Mencap Centre here in Nottingham.
Yeah, it's been great, hasn't it? There's a nice cup of tea, nice chocolate crispy cake. Thank you for that, by the way, Karen. Can't recommend it too highly. It's just, if you're wondering where it is, at the top of Angel Row, pretty close to where the library is. But that's it for now. See you next time. Cheers. How's the cake?
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a go.
Nottingham Trent University. Working with you. Proud sponsors of Working Week.